Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Erik and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Bioshock Hub. So it's been a couple of months since I've actually uploaded a cut content video. For those of you who are new, and there are a lot of new subscribers, so first and foremost, thank you for subscribing, I do appreciate it. But secondly, I like to post videos on things that were cut from the Bioshock franchise. If you guys want to see the last one that I uploaded, or go back and watch the entire playlist, it'll be down in the description for you guys to go check out. So regardless, today we're going to be looking at 7 more cut characters from the Bioshock franchise. So with that being said, would you kindly sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Coming in at the number 7 spot on today's list is the original Ducky Splicer model, and every time I see the name of this splicer, I just think of a little duckling shooting up at him. I don't know why, my mind goes to some weird places, especially when I'm sleep deprived, but I digress. Can you imagine a duckling splicer? Anyways, sorry. Concept art reveals that various types of headgear were considered for the splicer model Ducky. In addition to the waterproof hood that all Ducky Splicers wear, a peaked police cap, a Brody-style helmet listed as quote-unquote riot gear helmet, a pair of goggles, and a firefighter's hat were proposed by the concept artists. The latter headpiece also suggests that Ducky might have had a fireman orange-colored uniform, which could have explained Ducky's range of duties to that of a firefighter or a job alike. Ultimately, the only thing that made it past the drawing board was the police officer's hat. So, what could have been? I wish nothing would have gotten cut from the games, but sometimes I do understand why characters and certain aspects are indeed removed from the game. Coming in at the number 6 spot of today's list are the Citizens of Columbia. The original Citizens of Columbia, I should say. When Columbia was first envisioned by Ken Levine, the citizens of the city were going to be very much like the Splicers of Rapture. They would be absolutely insane, hostile, and would attack players on sight. This led to the development of the Merged and people with Nouveau scars that were also a result of being exposed to tears. But rather than being merged with an alternate version, the person's flesh would be twisted and warped, which is absolutely disgusting, and I'm glad that didn't make the final cut. These scars are complex and organic looking, making them appear almost decorative in some way. The Nouveau scarred and radical merged concepts were dropped as Columbia's art style evolved and the Art Nouveau style mostly left behind. There was also another problem with the early concepts, that was the clothing was not in the correct time period. Another further problem was that with the designs, there was a lack of uniformity in their proportions, which meant that each model had to be animated individually, which would cost a lot of money, it would take a lot of time and a lot of effort. So I do understand why this in particular was cut out and replaced with regular people and regular citizens of Columbia. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the Alpha Motorized Patriot. Originally, the Motorized Patriot evolved from the concept of the Automatic Gentleman, which I covered in a previous cut content video. You should definitely go check that out. The initial idea was inspired by a 20th century fascination with exploring technology into the field of early robotics. Irrational Games felt that Columbia would use its scientific hive mind imagination to create a mechanical servant for their society. As Nate Wells mentions, and fun fact, he's the one that voiced Jack at the beginning of Bioshock 1, quote, "There's this fantasy that people of the time wanted these automatrons to do things for them. We didn't start with a gun, we set the vibe first." So, I wonder how well that would have worked. Realistically, it probably wouldn't have worked at all now that I think about it. There would have been a lot of mechanical failure, there would have been a lot of just failures in general. I digress. Let's get into number 4 now. So for this part, I'm going to tie number 4 and number 3 together because they both have to do with the Patriots again. So number 4 is the late Alpha Motorized Patriot. The concepts for the Motorized Patriots as Benjamin Franklin and an unused Thomas Jefferson would have been more distinct from the George Washington version. Both had concepts for their own distinct damaged faces, such as Franklin having no glasses and the right side of his face an eye missing, while Jefferson would have had missing eyes, a broken jaw, no face, or burned hair. Which, it sounds like Thomas Jefferson got more fucked up than Benjamin Franklin, but I digress yet again. In addition, both would have worn their own variant colored coats, purple for Franklin and green for Jefferson. So, this one I would have liked to see, just for the simple fact I wanted to see more diversity with the Motorized Patriots personally. So, you add a couple of new ones with some fresh faces. Well, in this case, not so fresh faces, more damaged faces, but I think it would have been great to have more Patriots as enemies. And then number 3 is the Beta Motorized Patriot. The Beta Patriots originally used normal American flags on the Beta Patriot. As older previews showed, Motorized Patriots with similar, if not the same flags, in place of the Columbia ones. This may have been updated in Burial at Sea, as the Patriot that can be summoned through the tear bears Colombian flags. So I think that one makes a little bit more sense to actually keep into the game, but then again, Comstock wanted his own country, technically, his own city, his own flag, his own government, religion, etc. So it makes sense to take it out in terms of the context of the story. Let me know what you guys think of the Patriots down in the comment section below. Do you enjoy the Patriots? Would you like to have seen some of the features that I mentioned actually make it to the end game? Or do you think it was best that they left it out of the game? Again, please let me know down in the comment section below. Coming in at our number 2 spot on today's list is not necessarily a character. However, it was meant for enemy characters in general, and that is unused enemy voice lines. This one is actually going to blow your mind. There are over 300 unused lines for enemies in the game with a name containing taunt_creepy. 300! That's insane! Anyways, these voice lines are of much different characters than the normal taunt lines. Some of them include things like, "Show me how to shed my skin," "Just let me cut you," and, of course, "We've tasted human flesh," and there's many, many more. That is absolutely creepy. Can you imagine getting into a fight with a group of ads, or in this case enemies if you want to call them that, and have them say "we've tasted human flesh"? That would just creep the hell out of me. In general, these voice lines did not fit the atmosphere, of course, of the final version of Columbia, and strongly resembled the insane ranting of Splicers instead. So, good call Ken Levine and the rest of Irrational Games. God, the "we've tasted human flesh" thing, that's just, makes my skin crawl. And finally, in at our number 1 spot is one of the most badass looking concept arts I've ever seen, and this is of the Grub Splicer. Unfortunately, not too much information was available for this particular model. However, I believe this was extremely early within the development of the original Bioshock, due to the monster-like nature of how this Splicer looks. And if you guys know, they were going for these hideous, almost Frankenstein-esque monsters to resemble Splicers. So thankfully, we got the Splicers in the end that we all know and love. Honestly, I'm glad this particular character or this piece was removed content, just for the simple fact that I just don't think it would fit well in the game. I can admit though, it is pretty badass. Disgusting, but pretty badass nonetheless. Let me know what you guys think of the Grub Splicer model, and do you think it would have fit well in Rapture, or do you think it was a stupid idea in general? Let me know down in the comment section below, would you kindly? So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. One quick thing before I go, this might be the last removed content video I do on characters specifically, and that's for the simple reason that we've basically covered them all already. However, there is good news. I can still create removed content videos based off of levels that were cut or businesses that were cut in Rapture and Columbia. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and want to help the channel grow, would you kindly drop a like, subscribe if you're new to never miss a video or a live stream, and I would greatly appreciate that. Same thing with turning on notifications, And if you want to talk to me outside of YouTube, or give me some video ideas, or just chat in general, social media and my Discord are the best ways to do so. All the links you need to know will be down in the description below, along with the cut content playlist as I mentioned. Anyways, a couple of videos will be popping up on screen here that you should definitely check out. And with that being said, I will talk to you all in the next video. Take care.